Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Zombies in Your Backyard. Episode, I believe, is number 3. This one I have a guest of mine, a really good friend that I met in Overwatch. His name is Shadow Gamer. I'm gonna leave a link below the video to his YouTube channel. Give him a subscription. Really chill guy. On this episode, we're just gonna be some random conversation about like Pokemon Go, some Overwatch. I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.
Yeah, hello. My name's Springman20. You can look up my channel on Zombies in Your Backyard. Long name, but Springman20 is good.
Yeah, this guy. So me and this individual, this gentleman here, him and I play Overwatch a lot, and he's definitely better than me. Everyone knows I'm trash can at that game.
No.
So.
No, I use a controller. I don't even use my keyboard.
Oh,
That's like really bad. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, we'll get a little of this guy using a controller on a PC game. What's up with that?
I'm not used to the keyboards because I don't want to really use keyboards because of my job. That's all I use is keyboards and mouses. And I'm like, I feel like I'm at work. I'm just going to use a controller since I'm going from console gaming to PC gaming. So
Yeah, honestly, okay, you can get away with using a controller on some games. Rocket League is preferred that you use a controller because when you're doing your little flying around and all that bullshit,
yeah.
you kind of want to have a controller just to kind of stabilize your flight as you're flying and trying to hit the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, that game looks like whack. Like it looks like you need a joystick.
They actually have a DLC for the game where you can play as the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Oh my god.
It is it is so okay. To go into detail about how amazing that DLC is, when your car blows up, it actually does the little thing where the time, when the car goes 88 miles an 88 miles per hour.
It teleports,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and it leaves
God.
Yeah, it leaves the tire
The flame?
streaks. Yeah, it leaves
Oh.
the flame streaks, and it's got the little license plate that spins. Yeah, it does that.
That is badass.
Yeah.
That is badass. I wonder what other cars they're gonna add. I can't think of any. Maybe the Batmobile. That sounds like a cheap.
They do have the Batmobile. I do know that for sure. So yeah, I paid like $1 for it on the Steam Summer Sale. Totally.
How much is that game? It's like
Uh,
I don't know. I don't even know how much it costs.
Oh gosh, I think it was like 15, maybe $20.
Oh, that sounds right.
Somewhere.
That sounds about right. I think I'm gonna buy it, but like on PC. But yeah, you know what? I haven't even played Overwatch that much because I have my. I don't know if you remember my friend Space Ghost that we were playing with. That was like my main best friend, and he like travels a lot. So since he traveled out, I was like, I'm like, I don't know if I should play Overwatch too much.
Yeah, that's honestly, since not a lot of my buddies they play Overwatch on the console version, and I'm kind of like left out. And the only games that we can actually play that are that work on his computer and work on my buddy's laptop and of course my rig, we do a game called Armello, and it's a kind of a tabletop style game, but it's basically turn based. You move to different hexagons, and then the battles are all determined by dice rolls and stuff like that. It's got furries in it, but it's not like your typical, I'm going to put on a Yip suit and go to those furry conventions and dance around and try to hump each other. No, these
God.
are kind of like Disney style creatures where it doesn't show like tits or ass or anything like that. So, but yeah, Armello is actually a really, really fun game. If you can get it on Steam, I don't think it was on sale during the summer sale, but it should be on sale maybe during the holidays if you're lucky.
Armello. What is it like? What kind of view is it? Like third person first? You said it was like turn based or something?
Yeah, it's turn based. It's like kind of almost top down, but not top down. If you catch
Bird's eye view almost?
Yeah, kind of bird's eye view. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use
like a Fire Emblem sort of way
Exactly.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You can use a controller with it too. You don't have to use a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I'm trying to like break this habit of using the controller because like I'm seeing some people like on Overwatch or any game with a mouse, they're like And they move like super fast, like their aim. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! I'm like mine. I wish I could raise my sensitivity for the controller.
You know, honestly, I had that same problem when I made the transition from console to PC. But then again, I was never truly a dedicated console player. I jumped back and forth between PC and console because there was a lot of great RTSs, such as the Supreme Commander series, Company of Heroes, that are not on console. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let me dive deeper into PC gaming. And what really got me into PC gaming was the Skyrim and the modding community that was in that. And I had Skyrim on my console, and I was playing it during a thunderstorm. This was way back when, before I had a backup battery for my computer, and I was looking at the graphics on the console version. I'm like, what in the hell is this? It just felt all clunky, and I was like, oh my god, no. And then
Graphics too. I've played. I was always console like all the time, and like with PC, I'm like, you have money, and I don't have money. And I remember playing Life is Strange on the Xbox One, and then my friend brought his laptop, and he was playing Life is Strange, and I was like, oh, you're playing that game. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, good God, this game looks like, oh my God, the graphics look damn amazing, and mine look like crap. I'm like, what the hell's up with that? So
you
I
know,
just decided to. Oh, go ahead.
no, 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 no. You go ahead, fam.
I just decided to just apply for a credit card and just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna get on debt buying a desktop, and that's what I did.
And then pay the cost later.
Yeah, which is what I'm slowly doing now, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I feel that. But I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Damn it.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I remember. No, you're good. There was a video that I watched a couple of days ago explaining the cost of building a PC versus buying a console, and it was like, if you want a good rig, yeah, you're gonna have to shell out a lot of money, but after a few good Steam sales, the PC basically pays for itself. After about maybe 2 or 3 years, actually maybe a little less than that, maybe a year and a half or so, depending on how much usage you put into it. With a console, you pay low price, but you end up paying more over time. You know, for you're talking, you got to pay the corporate overlords to go online.
Yeah.
You got to pay full price for games, full price for DLC, any accessories, anything like that. You got to pay full price for that. And I'm not saying that PC gaming, is innocent from this. Yeah, I mean, there's back in the days when I used to play Train Simulator, they charged a fuck ton of money for these damn things, and it just got to the point where I was like, well, why don't I just buy it at a summer or Christmas sale? And even then, it was still expensive. So PC gaming is not all that innocent with DLC, but at least it's a little bit more easier to get it without having to jump through hoops and bounds just to get it, you know?
And doesn't that also like don't you have to like that's I think like the probably bad thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but like if it like as years go by, your PC is starting to get more outdated, right? Eventually, you will have to buy parts to keep up.
That's not necessarily true. A good buddy of mine I knew back in my college days, he had his PC and it was about 4 or 5 years old. He could run Skyrim at high settings at a steady 60 frames per second. And his software or his hardware was like 4 years old at the time.
Okay.
So it's like, for example, when I build my new rig, I'm gonna get the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080, the newest card that just came out, and that card is so powerful. You're probably not gonna need to upgrade for at least a good 5 to 6 years, maybe 7 years if you want to push it, because if you're not really going for high-end graphics for some games, you can get away with playing at lower settings for a higher frame rate. But like, see, with me, I'm playing on a monitor, or I'm sorry, not a monitor, a TV. So I'm locked at 60 frames per second. I can't go any higher than that. But 60 frames per second is what is the standard on PC. But I think now it's going to go up to like 80 frames or something like that. But 60 is
Jesus.
Yeah, 60 is the ultimate end all be all frame rate that's required for gaming. When developers, they lock games at 30 frames per second, It's not really noticeable on console, but when you play it on a 60 hertz TV on PC with a graphics card that can do, excuse me, upwards of, oh gosh, maybe, I'm just throwing out a random number here. Let's just say 100 plus frames per second on some games. Yeah, you'll notice it big time.
I can imagine. It's crazy. It's crazy. All
Like,
this PC stuff. I feel like I'm just way behind. I'm like
oh yeah.
barely
It,
dipping my feet in the waters, and it's like, damn, man.
See, I didn't dip my feet in the water. I dived in head first. So,
Yeah, I'm barely getting into it. Like, because the main reason I bought the PC was to, as I stream on Twitch, and like I was streaming with a laptop, and that thing was like dying all the time, and I was like, I need something to do the heavy lifting for my captures on console, and that's when I got this desktop. And then I felt bad because I'm like, I only use this for like social media and just streaming, and I'm like, I got nothing on here. Like, this is pretty depressing because it's meant for like gaming as well. And I was like, yeah, I'll just buy Overwatch. Like, I'll just try it. And then I got addicted. I didn't mean to get addicted because when I first heard about Overwatch, I saw it on TV and I was like, whatever. And then I went to a GameStop, and then the employee there was like, it's like Pixar and Disney, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, no, I'm like, I just want to kill crap. And he's like, yeah, you can, but it's all. He made it seem like it's a really kiddie game, and I was like, oh, I don't want this game. And then I met up with a friend, and my friend was like, "Oh, it's great, it's tits," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, okay, I'll try it." And then I just bought it, and I'm like, "Damn, it's like becoming an addiction." Like, it's really good. Not the best in the whole world, but I mean, it's good because I know some people are like, that's all they care about. But and Pokemon Go.
oh my god. Honestly, I want to make a transition into Pokemon Go. So, I use a service called Pokevision, right? And Niantic, in their infinite wisdom, decided to take out the best service that was bringing them even more business and got people to buy more of those in-game purchases. So, in their infinite logic, they're thinking like, oh, if we shut down the Pokevision,
No,
Pokeradar, and all these Pokemon tracking apps, it'll stop people from cheating. Yeah, but your in-game tracker is as useless as tits on a fish.
yeah.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Like, I don't, and to be honest, I'm barely dipping my toes into Pokemon too because I never really liked it at all as a kid. Like, I tried to like get myself into it, but I mean, I watched the anime, the first season, and I was like, I hate this. Like, I'm not getting into it. Like, what killed it for me was when I think it was like an episode where Ash just gives away one of his badges to some random person that's not even a person that is trying to be the best. He's just there, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, no, I'm done. And then recently, when they did the Pokemon Yellow, Red, and Blue for the Nintendo DS or whatever for like $10, I was like, you know what, I'll try it because the only time I played Pokemon was on Super Smash Bros.
Oh
Which
my god.
doesn't count. Which doesn't count. So I was like, I'll buy Yellow. I was like, God, this is really good. Like, I am liking this. This is way better than the show. And then I just got the Go, but my phone sucks. So I've been a little discouraged with the Pokemon Go. And plus, where I live, it's like a desert. So there's like no Pokestops anywhere. Like, you can't even walk. You gotta drive. Like, it's that bad. Like, I went with my cousin tried to use it, and this is when they first released it, and I was like having problems signing in, and finally signed in. I'm like, there's no Pokestops anywhere, and like I'm walking like 20 blocks on foot, and it's hot as hell, and all there is Rattatas, and I'm like, God, this is horrible. Like, God, I don't know how people find Pikachu. I still don't have a Pikachu, or all I want is a Meowth or a Magikarp.
See, where I live, there's a lot of parks. One of the parks that I would like to start going back to is completely flooded with Pokemon. I mean, you
So
can't even take a step, and you'll get a Pokemon. Now, before they did the recent update, there used to be nests that could spawn in that one particular area. So I have this. You're not really supposed to do this, but I rooted my phone because I had to get rid of some bloatware and take care of some security issues, and I saw this one program that installs a virtual joystick to your Pokemon Go. So I was like, oh
Oh,
yeah, I'll check this out. And so I had it walk from my house to the park, and I spent most of the night just catching Ghastlies, Ghastlies and Growlithes and a couple of Psyducks. I mean, it was intense.
God.
But see, here's the thing.
Do you? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, but here's the thing. I don't really care if I get banned from a mobile game because I'm not really paying a dime for that game. Now,
Yeah.
now if I was doing something stupid like cheating in World of Warships, yeah, because I've spent money on that game and I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to get noticed in the community. So, and I'm trying to become a community contributor so I can get some free stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
you were saying?
Well, here you do have Pokestops, right? I'm assuming you have like a bunch, right?
Oh God, where do I even begin?
God damn, mine's like there's one like I'll look on my map and I'm like, there's a blue little dot in the distance, and I'm like, where is that? And it's like a church. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh, I'm like, this is horrible. This is like really bad. Like a church, a park that's far away, and oh, and then I found out there's a Pokestop by my job. So like on my lunch break, I'll just like after I eat, I'll just park there, and it's like a little like I guess like arcade place, and I'll just park in the parking lot and just like collect Pokeballs. But again, my phone is horrible where I'll get like 3 Pokeballs and then I'll come home, which is like 30 minutes away from my job, and I'll finally come home, I'll turn on the app, and then I'll just see like none of those balls registered. And I'm like,
Ugh,
oh my
garbage.
god. I'm like, this is horrible. I'm like, god damn it. Like, oh my god, why does like where I live supposedly, I don't know if this is true, but like my cousin said that one of his friends, like, I don't know how he did it, but he changed the zip code to where he lived to be in California,
Oh
so he can
yeah,
just have
yeah.
constant like
GPS.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I know what he did. The GPS spoofing.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't think I'd do it. I would just just deal with what I have here, and just the only places here is like a mall, a park, or a church, and all those places are like equally far from each other. And I think this weekend I went out to eat with my family to some fancy. I don't know. It was like I've never been there, but it looked like an expensive pizza place, and then, like I was like, I haven't played Pokemon Go at all. I'll just turn it on. Let's see if my luck is good. And luckily, that pizza place was a Pokestop, so we were there for like a good hour and a half, and I was just refreshing every 15 minutes. And I was like, thank God, now I can just catch all the Rattatas, which is horrible. Like, this is horrible. I don't have that many. It's horrible.
Oh, that sucks though.
But yeah, that is. It's like no.
Honestly, there's you've heard of. I'm sure you've heard of Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a mod for Minecraft that adds Pokemon into Minecraft.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen that.
It is. Oh my God, I can tell you firsthand. It's a cross between it's a cross between Pokemon Go and oh gosh, I don't know, a cheaply made pixelated version of Pokemon. I guess that's a horrible comparison, I know, but yeah, you can build your own worlds. You can build your own, or you can download custom build regions. My personal favorite one is the Gen 2 remake of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. A gentleman actually made the entire Johto world and Kento region and put them together into one world save, and yeah, it's got the whole story in there, and it's oh god, it's so amazing.
It's like a different version. Right now, all they did was they just like they put skins on the animals in that game
Oh
to
no
make
no
them look like
oh
Pokemon or something.
no, this is actual Pokemon. They actually programmed the Pokemon in there. They got all the move sets, all the stats, everything. um, the creator of the mod, that's the creator of the website, actually approved of modding for Gen 6 now that Gen 7's coming out.
Oh, that's awesome. I feel bad because I mean, I God, I wish I didn't really watch the show. I should have just played the games first. And I mean, the only Pokemon games I've played is just Yellow and Go, which is pretty depressing because everybody's like, I like Emerald and all these other ones, and I'm like, damn.
See,
But
my personal
oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry. My personal favorite generations was Gen 1, Gen 2. I kind of like Gen 3. Gen 4 is a really good favorite of mine. Hated Gen 5. I was okay with Gen 6. Now, Gen 7 is where I have a problem. They took, they're bringing back some of the originals from Gen 1. Off the top of my head, they basically turned Executor, the evolved form of Execute, the little eggs, and that evolves into like the big coconut tree. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
Okay.
no, it's okay though.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'm
Well,
listening though.
anyways, so they basically turned it into a giant, long. It's basically like it's a real life tree. It's called like a dragon tree or something like that.
Oh, I
And
think I've seen that. Like that, like they made its neck stupid long or
yeah,
something like that. Oh my
exactly.
gosh, what is that?
It's part of that region, the Aloha region. If you can get any more creative than that, it's basically it's in Hawaii, which is cool and all, but you have to be a little bit more creative than that to name the
Oh.
region. What really pissed me off though was they took the sand shrew and sand slash evolutions, and they changed the typing to like ice and ground. Now,
Hmm.
now, if you, I don't know if you're competitive in Pokemon or not, but Ice type is not really a good strong type. I mean, when it's paired with Ground type, it's a little iffy. But they took one of my personal favorite Pokemon, which is the Vulpix evolution, where it evolves from Vulpix into Ninetales. They completely just ass fucked it and turned it from Fire type into Ice type, just pure ice. And I'm like, what the hell is this crap? And because ice is weak to fire, it's weak to rock, it's weak to fighting, and it's weak to steel. Okay, um, they added Ninetales. Ninetales' typing is ice and fairy type, and fairy type is weak to poison and steel. So, oh my god.
They're running out of ideas.
Well,
Sounds like it.
it's not that they're running out of ideas. It's they could have gone with a better typing. Instead of ice, they could have gone like with maybe water or something, or maybe ghost or something. But fire? I mean, I'm sorry, but ice? Seriously? I mean, I'm not saying that ice is a bad type. It's not. It's really good against dragons and it's really good against ground. But otherwise, it's garbage against everything else.
And like you're mentioning about like, are we talking about like the Pokemon Sun and Moon that's coming out?
Yeah, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one are you gonna get?
Oh, I'm not gonna be emo, so I'm getting the sun.
I'm not gonna be Eva. I'm getting the Moon. I I had to make a it's gonna be weird for me because I'm gonna be going from I haven't even beaten Yellow yet, but I'm going from Yellow right into Moon, which is like a big gap.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
you're going six
You-
generations.
Yeah, it's like a big gap. I'm like, oh god, and like I even asked my friend, I'm like, is there gonna be a Meowth in there? And he's like, I don't think so. I'm like, what? No, I'm still stuck on the old school stuff, and I don't even know all of their names, which is pretty depressing. Like,
Oh,
I only like Meowth just because of how he looks, and Magikarp, which is I know he's
Magikarp.
useless.
No, actually, you know what? Magikarp is not useless. When it gets to level 20, it evolves into Gyarados, and I can
Yes.
tell you that Gyarados is by far an amazing dragon type.
Yes, I love Gyarados. You know, I feel like where I live, I like I'm seeing like the first little signs. I'm like, this Pokemon Go is getting a little out of hand because like I've already seen, like I saw like I guess before the app, but it was cool. There was a car because I was driving home in the freeway, and there was like a black car. I don't know what model it was, but it was driving, and then on the side of it, they had like a decal of a big Gyarados. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that looks badass. So like I want that so bad, but too bad I'm not a Pokemon. Like I'm not. I don't consider myself a true fan. I seem like a poser, but I mean, I'm trying to get into it. But
Yeah,
and
there's
then oh, go ahead.
no. You go ahead and finish.
The second thing when the app came out, I was outside, and then there was like, and then before I could say the rest of my sentence, he just walked into the bush. The bush like slapped his face. I'm like, oh damn! And then he like snapped out of it, and I was like, be aware of your surroundings. That's what it says. And like the last thing, like 2 days ago, got out of work. I saw a little, I think like a bug, like a car, like I don't know, those Volkswagen bugs. They literally, whoever was driving it purposely made it look like a Pikachu, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, oh, like Jesus, like it didn't look bad.
To summarize what happened, your friend got hit in the nuts, right?
No, what? No, what?
It cut out the
The story.
yeah, the fraps freaking cut out right in the middle of your story. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's alright. Well, just basically somebody walked into a bush
Okay.
when they were playing Pokemon Go, which was pretty like it's getting out of hand.
Yeah, you hear a couple of kids in, I think it was in Europe or something like that, they actually found a dead body while trying to farm Pikachu.
Oh god. Yeah, like it's getting crazy. Like if there's even people getting mugged for, being lured and stuff. And then I recently saw that I guess there was like a kid with autism with his mom playing Pokemon Go, and these guys were like bullying them, and then like it brought like a whole community of Pokemon Go players to like play with him and give him all these gifts. And I'm like, wow, what's going on? This is crazy. It's like even on the news, it's crazy. It's blowing up. Like I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this is true, but at first I saw Nintendo was making money, and then they weren't making money. So I don't know what's going on their end.
They have so much money, it'll take about 50 odd years for them to actually go bankrupt, because that's how much money they have in the bank.
Yeah, they're good. Like,
Oh,
I'm to be honest, I'm like, even though there's PC stuff, I'm kind of a Nintendo boy fan inside. Like, I know their games suck really bad now, but I'm like, just hope, just a small hope for that NX. Hopefully, it doesn't suck. I hope
Yeah.
not. They don't have too much to offer.
so speaking of where people were bullying others for for Pokemon and stuff like that, I was reading the comment section of the Pokevision going down. It was in an article, and this one gentleman in the comment section was like, "Okay, now you kids, and now you can finally put down the toys that are meant for kids and be real men and women and actually do adult things." And so I'm sitting here reading that comment, and I read it about maybe 2 or 3 times, and I thought to myself, seriously, bro, are you really gonna say that video games are for kids?
Yeah.
What do you expect adults to do? Just sit around and drink beer and fucking watch TV and just waste your life away?
Have a wrench and try to fix a broken air conditioner or a car. That's what they think their ideal thing is. It's like, come on, or watch football. No, I can't get into sports. Not too much. Yeah, that's dumb.
Have you heard of that 80-year-old woman that's still playing video games even to this day?
I think so. That was a long time ago. I think it was like a grandma playing Resident Evil 4. And I was like, wow, that is badass. I'm like, that's gonna be me. I don't care.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
gonna
it.
be me.
Yeah, I remember my older brother. He's not into video games at all. He's just into music and skateboarding. And I remember him like when I was a kid, I was playing like Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast, and he's all yelling at my parents like, when is he gonna stop playing this crap? And then my mom was like, don't worry, he's gonna go through that phase like you did where you liked video games and then you're gonna transition out of them. And I was like, oh god, no. Like in my head I'm like, no, that is horrible, like that's bad. Like, like I don't like, some people don't realize that some of these games aren't like always for kids, like they tell really good stories that aren't like even in movies or at all, like damn.
God, don't remind me of the garbage 2016 Ghostbusters. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what, that even pisses me off too. I've recently had like, this generation we're living in, I don't know what's going on with all this crap in the world, but I told somebody, like some guy because he was all excited about it. Like, he's all into it. And I'm like, oh, like, it looks bad. Like, it just looks bad. But I haven't seen it, so I shouldn't say too much. I should give it a chance, but I know it's not going to be the best. It'll be okay, maybe, or probably be bad. But I told him, like, it doesn't look good. Like, I don't really want to see it. It's not on my priority list to watch. And then he just tells me, like, why? Is it because you're against women? And I'm like, what?
Oh
I'm
my
like, oh my
god.
god. Like, can you? I was like, I looked at him. Like, I didn't, like, say what. I just looked at him for, like, a good, like, minute of silence. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, oh my god. Like, no, like, that's cool that they changed it up, but I mean, look at the trailer. It looks, no, it
Let's
doesn't
just
look
be honest.
good.
It was trash can. That is the whole point of the movie. Instead of Ghostbusters, it's Trash Busters because that's what it is. It's pure trash. And I'm not trashing the female
Me neither.
actresses, but it's just everything about the movie screamed politically correct, man hating, and all this other garbage. And I didn't even see the movie, and I watched a couple of reviews of it online, and everyone was just saying it's just terrible. It is full of queef jokes. It is full. One of the jokes is they were zapping the bad guy Roland or whatever his name is, and they were zapping him in the nuts with their fucking little proton packs, and I was just like, oh my god, can somebody please just kill me or get me off this fucking planet? I don't want to
If
live
I
on this
had a hold
planet.
of it, if I had a hold of it, that'd be like, if I could write that movie, I'd probably be like, the Ghostbusters maybe had kids or their family members or their cousins, you know. And if it has to be women, then I'd be, you know, like, I would try to merge it into that or something, and they would be like, or something like that. They were just like, you know what? Like, we're aware that the Ghostbusters are, like, you know, there hasn't been any Ghostbusters for years, you know, but like, that'd be kind of cool. If they're like, you know what? Let's get this going. Let's bring it back, and like, something bad's
They
happening.
Good example. They could have brought Oscar from Ghostbusters 2. They could have had him in there. What the hell were they? Oh my god, they're just so fucking stupid.
I
But
don't. I have no faith in that movie too much.
what's up with the years 6 and garbage movies and video games? Think about this. Sonic 06 was complete trash. And now we have Trash Busters 2016 and then Trash Busters 2016 the game. It's
God, they made a game. I didn't even know they made a game. I'm
Yeah,
not
you,
even
you
into
know
that.
what's funny? When the makers of the game, the Ghostbusters 2016 thing, the company that made it actually went bankrupt because of how
Oh,
garbage the game was. Nobody
God.
bought it.
I wouldn't
Ugh.
either. That Sonic '06. I haven't even. I'm glad I didn't buy it because, like, I saw the cover of it. I'm like, that looks cool. This might be a cool remake. But I saw gameplay of it on YouTube, and I'm like, this is horrible. It's like some college students or like some high school students were trying to make a Final Fantasy game, and they just couldn't. They're like, it's not working. Just throw in Sonic in there, like, for no reason. And it's like, this game's broken. Like, it looks frustrating.
You know what's awesome though? They're starting to bring over Final Fantasy onto the PC now, and that's really cool. I actually like how they're starting to bring games that have been on like the PSP and then like the PS3 and stuff like that, and they're slowly starting to bring them over to PC because Square Enix released their little annual financial report or whatever. They actually made more profit by selling their games on the PC than they ever could on the console.
Damn, that's good.
I- I'm
I
not.
I'm
I'm not saying it to bash consoles. I'm saying it's good to not have exclusives
Yeah,
because
like, that's annoying.
now the reason why PC can get away with it is because PC is not just a dedicated platform for gaming. PC is the kind of market where you can kind of dip your feet in, like, you have to like grow multiple different legs, but you can dip your feet into everything and not feel restricted. And that's one of the main reasons why I just kind of said, you know what, I'm kind of jumping ship to PC. There is one game I'm kind of looking forward to getting on the Xbox One, Halo Wars 2, just because I was so invested in Halo Wars 1, but I refused to upgrade to Windows 10 just to get Halo Wars 2. Because Windows 10 right now in its current state is garbage. So a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, it's really good, it's really good." Yeah, but it doesn't play a lot of my Steam library. About 90% of my Steam library will not work on Windows 10. I would have to download third-party patches, and that takes hours and hours and hours, and I
Oh
just don't want to
God.
do it. So, and then plus they're Microsoft in their infinite wisdom, they're trying to compete with Steam. You cannot compete with Steam. Steam is the king. No, I'm sorry, not the king. It is the emperor of PC.
I thought you were gonna say it was God. I'm like, oh God, like whoa.
No, fam. The god of PC is Lord Gaben himself.
That's crazy. That's weird that they're trying to do. I don't know. Like I just wish that. I wish like in the future everything was just like just one. None of this exclusive crap or only on this. And it's like
Well,
damn, that's such limiting. Like I can't even play Last of Us at all. I haven't even played it. I wish I could. I can't.
yeah. That's just the thing though. It's the age of exclusives on consoles is starting to die because developers are seeing more potential in the PC market. They think, well, wait a minute, hang on. If we have 5 million people playing the game on our console or on, like, say, the PS4, and then they see the PC market, which has I think they said it's like 125 million active users on Steam alone. That number may have gone up or it may have gone down. I'm not sure. But they figured, well, wait a minute, the PC market has a much bigger share than the console market does. Let's put this game on Steam and see if the demand is high enough. And sure enough, yeah, these games are selling like hotcakes. I mean, if there's a couple of games that I like to play, the Hyperdimension Neptunia series. My friend's gonna kick my ass when I go to pronounce this, but it's called Shenron Kangura. It is a ninja game with girls with tits, and they're bouncing around, and how you defeat enemies is you have to tear off their clothes. It's hilarious.
What the hell?
It is
What
hilarious.
the hell? Yeah, that's what the.
If you have no dignity and just want to see anime girls just bouncing around, tearing each other's clothes off in a fight, that's pretty much the game for you.
That's on PC.
It's on PC, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to send me the details later, just so I can look that up. That sounds cool. That sounds like the only anime game I could think of that's. I don't think that like could compete to that. It's just Catherine. That's about it. Like Catherine doesn't do much, but that's a pretty good one. That's damn. Have you been watching any anime recently or no?
Oh my god, where do I even begin?
Yeah.
There's okay. Anybody who's watching this, anybody who's on my friends list on Facebook who is watching this, you'll know exactly what anime I'm talking about. But anybody who's not on my Facebook friends list and doesn't know me in real life, this anime it's got muscle men, it's got it's got punches, it's got blood, it's got testosterone written all over it. It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Watch.
Heard of that.
Yes, that anime is divine.
It's divine.
It is.
I haven't been able to see that. I've just seen like pieces of it.
Oh my god, they're already at arc 4 right now, and I think we're this week is episode 19 if I'm not mistaken, and it is the new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable. It's opened up with a bang. It didn't just open up softly. It kicked you square in the nuts and told you this is what this season's gonna be.
I think I'll give it a shot. I feel bad I haven't watched too much, and I'm still stuck with the old stuff. Like I don't know why. Like no, I don't think it's old, but I'm like I need to update my anime watching crap because I haven't even seen Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball.
Oh my god!
I just like there was a sale on Funimation like last Christmas, and I was like $60 for all the Dragon Ball, and I'm like I'm gonna start there, and I bought it, and I'm like I'm gonna watch this nonstop with my popcorn. Christmas popcorn can, and I just watched it. I was like, "This is the best." And then I'm hoping this coming Christmas they're gonna do the sale again for Dragon Ball Z, and I want to buy that set because I think their original price was like $300-$400 for all of them.
Jesus.
But like, but like for the sale is like $130, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's it hurts, but it's bearable. You get all of it, so like that's not bad. I'll probably get that, but I think like. what I'm excited for, like in anime. I'm kind of scared. Like I'm kind of scared because it's like my childhood sort of deal. Like one of my first animes is that Fully Cooley season 2 and 3.
Fully.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. So like,
My
oh,
Okay, my very first anime was kind of an obscure anime. It was called Devil Hunter Yoko. I started watching that. I originally started watching it. Actually, no, what? No, I lied. I lied. My actual very first anime was the original, the rerun of the original Mobile Suit Gundam that came out in the late 70s.
I wish I've seen Gundam. I've never seen any Gundam. I wish I could. Like I didn't have cable during my childhood years, and like when I finally got internet, I was like, I'm gonna watch this. And I think like the first, it was like on 4Kids, or I would watch cable at like my neighbor's house. I was a little
Oh,
kid.
God.
They would send me over there so they could watch me, and they had cable, and I was like, what is this? I'm like, Zoids. This is amazing. And
Oh.
then I was like, what is this? Like Pokemon. I'm like, okay. And then Digimon. I'm like, what is this? The styles look the same. Is there a thing for this? And later on, as I got older, I was like, oh, this is anime. Fully Cooley and Akira and all this stuff. I'm like, wow, this Naruto and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, it's a genre now. I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that. Like, well, I didn't know that back then as a kid, but I was like, that makes sense. And I'm like, I love anime. Like, I love anime. None of my friends really like anime at all. I'm like, okay, it's whatever. I'll just watch it myself. But I'm not gonna like cram it down your throat. But I mean, there's some. I've tried to even get my family into it, and they're like, they think it's like porn or something. But like the only thing they'll like they saw, like I only had like one time where they actually sat down and watched the whole thing, which I was surprised. I was sick from school, and some girl lent me Ghibli movies. I'd never seen Ghibli, and she was like, "Here's my Ghibli collection." I'm like, "All right, thank you. I can't believe you trust me with these," because I took care of them. But I was like, "Wow, you don't really know me too well to lend me these." So I was like, "Okay, but I'll bring them back," which I did. And she lent me. We watched Princess Mononoke. I don't know if you've seen
Princess
that one.
Mononoke.
Yeah, I
Oh
did
my
not.
God.
Like, yeah, before watching that, I was watching Totoro, and I didn't really like it too much. And then I saw Howl's Moving Castle, and like all those were like friendly movies. And then I was like, all right, next one is Princess Mononoke. My family got home, and in my head, I'm like, this one's gonna be just like the others. It's gonna be like,
Nope.
kid friendly, family friendly for my family. They sat down with me, and I was like sick, just laying down, watching it on the couch, and then I was like, oh my God, like this just immediately got gory. Like, whoa, this is awesome. This is crazy. A guy's head just gets cut off and there's a bleeding pig. And my parents were like, what the hell is this obscure cartoon? And I remember my favorite, if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it. Highly recommend watching it. Just even though the name sounds like a Disney movie or something, it's not. But I'm just giving a heads up of spoilers. So a heads up, spoilers. Okay, so at the very part where that tree thing, the spirit animal thing, they shoot it in the head. Like they shoot off its neck.
Are you talking about the forest spirit?
Yeah, they cut off its head. Like they shoot it and then it just explodes.
Oh.
Like it makes that silent noise. I remember like it was quiet in the room with my family, and then you just hear the shot, and then all I heard was my dad. I could tell my dad was getting into it. I didn't think they were, but I just heard my dad say like, oh shit, like he just said that out loud. I was like, what? Like, what, you like this? Like, I'm surprised. I was like, he's all into it. He's like, oh shit, like we're fucked, like that kind of tone. But yeah, it was a good movie, very good movie. Highly recommend it.
Now, if you're looking for a fan service anime that's also got a little bit of a naval warfare to it, it's called Kentai Collection.
Never heard of that.
Oh, okay. So the premise of the anime is the spirit of Japanese and now American World War II warships have manifested themselves as girls, right? There's this one character, the character that you see on your screen is Yamato, and she is one of my personal favorite characters from the anime. I actually like her so much that I bought a statue of her, and I paid
That's cool.
Yeah, I paid like $22 for it. It's really good.
$22?
Yeah, $22 for the statue.
Oh, okay. Like you made it seem like you're gonna buy like one of those. Is it really detailed, or is it like okay?
Oh no, it's detailed. like really
Okay,
detailed.
that's not bad for $22.
Yeah. Uh, the anime is really it's somewhat popular in the World of Warships community. They have mods for the game that change the skins of the ships. So obviously, a lot of the skins of the ships, of the Japanese and American ships, are well Kentai collection.
That's cool.
If I don't know if you've seen any of my World of Warships videos on my channel, but a lot of that stuff has the Kentai collection. But besides the actual anime mods and stuff like that, I would highly recommend World of Warships to you if you're really into the if you're really into naval stuff. It can be a little slow at first, especially if you're in a big battleship, because battleships are slow as hell. But when you actually start getting into the fight, it really gets intense. So, and it's free to
You
play.
just type me the. You might want to send me the message on Steam so I can like. I'm most likely gonna forget the names. I'm gonna be like battle something anime girl with battleships. I don't know. Just type it for me. I'll look it up when I have like the time, because like I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have any time coming up.
Even better, I'll send you the invite code to World of Warships, because not only do you get free stuff, I get free stuff as well when you reach tier 6. So that's something to keep in mind.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, just please type the name or whatever, and I'll do my best to look that up. But that anime sounds a little interesting. I was like, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to brighten up my like expand my anime knowledge, because I'm still stuck on some of the old stuff, but I I'm still scared for that fully.
If warships are not really your thing, there's another anime that paired up with World of Tanks. It's from the same company as World of Warships. It's called Girls und Panzer. It's exactly like World of Tanks, and it's really really fun. It's a really good anime. I'd recommend that one too. There's another good anime I could recommend. Oh gosh, I can go on all night of good animes.
Yeah, you're like a lot. Let's go for it.
There's another good anime I can recommend. It's called Black Lagoon. Lagoon.
I want to see that. Like I only caught a little bit of it on Tsunami.
Black Lagoon. If you watch the actual uncensored version and not the censored version, it is so. It's got more blood in the first 5 minutes of the anime than the whole Twilight series.
Can you like if you buy it, does it have the uncensored version, or you have to buy the uncensored?
I watch all my animes online on a website called, it's either like Watch Cartoons Online or AnimeFreak.tv.
So, okay, so it's kind of like you just watch them there. Okay.
Yeah, you just watch them there.
I have that bad habit of, well, I don't know if it's a habit. I don't know. I still have that thing where I'm like, I want to own it. You know, like it's expensive, but I'll try to find deals to buy it and just like have it.
Yeah.
Like I just love to own it.
I would think the DVD version and the Blu-ray version might be uncensored. I mean, it's gotta be.
I hope so.
I mean, you're not really gonna see like hardcore sex or anything like that, but it got more profanity in it, more blood, stuff like that.
It's not. Yeah, I hate when like TV will like censor things. And it's like, God damn it! Like it's so much better with if you just left it alone. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like
I know
it's too much. Like I've even for like regular movies like Shaun of the Dead, like if you watch it on TV, they censor it a lot, and then it's like off. And I'm like, oh, like I don't like this. So it sounds ugly. Like they'll change what they say. They'll be like, instead of like, I'm pretty sure they'll let the word like fuck go by, but they'll change it, and they'll be like, I don't know, they'll say like a stupid word like this is freaky, and I'm like, oh, don't do that. Like, oh, it sounds ugly. You can tell it's not the voice actor's voice. They put somebody else's voice over it, and it's like, oh, this is ugly.
So we're gonna shift into one last topic before we go ahead and end the show here. What are your thoughts on some of the characters in Overwatch, more specifically Bastion? Let's start with the trash can himself, Bastion.
What I think of him?
Yeah.
I don't like him because he just sits there in a corner and just like pray and spray all day, and I don't even play him. I don't even touch him, but I could see how he can be used because I played a match for everybody. The other team was, I don't know if you were with me playing, but it was the other team was just pure roadhogs. They were all roadhogs, all of them, and I was like, they're kicking our asses. They're just kicking our asses, and like this is BS. And my friend Space Ghost, like him and his wife, decided to, you know what, we're gonna be cheap too. He put on, I don't know their names yet. I don't know all their names yet, but the guy with the shield that looks like a knight.
Reinhardt.
Yeah, Reinhardt. He was Reinhardt, and then his wife was Bastion, and they just
Oh
picked
my
a corner.
God.
And then I was Junkrat, and we were just. It finally turned the game around. We're like, okay, I can see if somebody's gonna be like a cheap cop out, then you can cop out too with that character. That's how I see him as, but I don't like him.
Okay, let me give my thoughts on Bastion. I think he is pure cancer, and he needs to be cut. Or at the very
Limited.
least, yeah, limited. Because come the fuck on, you can sit there and just spray and pray, and you take damage. Oh, I'm just gonna heal myself. Oh, we.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
annoying. Like he just, and if Reinhardt is on him, oh god, that's like, yeah, you can't do anything. The only thing I could think about approaching that is just
Farah.
getting a Mei too.
Farah's a good counter. Off the top of my head, the ones that I know of are good counters is Farah. If you get lucky, you can do a Diva and do her little self-destruct thing. Yeah, those are the ones I really know of.
Just Mei and build a wall and
Oh,
push
yeah,
your team up
yeah.
there. Just push your team up there as cover, and or have a Widowmaker in the back and just like pray to God that he's just in sight and just shoot him and weaken him as much as you can with a Junkrat. I don't know. It's a pain in the ass.
Now, would you say that the Overwatch community is more cancerous than the Counter-Strike community? That's a good question.
I've never played Counter-Strike.
Good.
Unfortunately, I haven't played it, but I like I said, when I would play with you or my friend Space Ghost, I will be playing and then I'll look around us and I'm like, where is everybody?
Where's my team?
Yeah, I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what are you doing? And then there'll be times where I'm Mercy, and they're like, heal me. And then, but I'm like, you're in their spawn, bro. Like, we're all in this. We're guarding the point. Everybody's here in the group. You need to be together. And he's like, heal me. But there's like 5 enemies there or whatever. And I'm like, if I try to heal you, you're gonna die, or most of all, I'm gonna die. And when they need me, I'm way back at the spawn.
Now, you see, when I play Overwatch and somebody is talking a whole lot of shit, I decide I want to bust out with Cuckrat. Now, why I call Junkrat Cuckrat is because of how fucking insane and cheap he is. He is a Call of Duty player's wet dream. Because all he does is he spams grenades and he throws bombs and stuff like that. He's the demo man of Overwatch. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. And I tend to get a lot of kills with that fucking Riptire of his.
Yes.
And
triples for it. Yes. It's awesome.
And that's why I call him Cuckrat. Yeah, Cuckrat is obviously the best answer I can describe him as. But there's one character that I've been trying to get good with, and fucking I cannot for the life of me get good as McCree. For some odd reason, I just I when I go to time his Deadeye, I try to do it like, okay, if there's a Mei, there's a good chance that she can trap most of them in that little ice blizzard thing that she does for her ult.
Her ultimate. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be like, okay, just pop that, and then I'll pop my Deadeye, and then we'll get some fuck ton of kills, right? Sure enough, they fucking move out before it has a chance to finish, or I die. I'm just like, oh my god, please, why you do this to me?
Who are your mains in that game? Who do you like? I only have for me, I only use Junkrat because I seem like a really good pusher, like to push them back, and he's good for a distraction if needed. Cause
he is.
Yeah, I love him, and he's like my main character. But then I'll like Mercy, Mei, as cheap as everybody hates her, Mei, and Widowmaker. That's about it. I don't really use too many people.
See, I play it based on the situation. If
exactly.
If we're getting utterly destroyed, I have to bust out either Diva or Junkrat. if we're doing okay, I'll just kind of pick whoever. Most of the time, you'll either see me as Diva or the emo himself, Reaper. Uh, God, who else? Who else do I pick? I'm starting to get a little bit better with Farah. I'm trying to learn how to play Anna a little bit more, just because of how much potential she has, as not only as a sniper but as a support. You know, I definitely play Mercy a lot, because let's face it, most of the people that play Overwatch, when they pick Mercy, they are not really that good of a healer.
No, I don't know
So
what they're doing. They're like, I need heals, and I don't know what they're doing.
I
I
heard
don't know where they are.
Okay, I heard that the console version of Overwatch is when you go to pick Hanzo or Widowmaker, they cannot aim worth shit.
Why is that?
Because I don't know why. It's my buddy who plays Overwatch on the console version. He is always raging at people that pick Widowmaker or Hanzo. and,
Oh,
and if I can get him in a Skype call, or or when I go over to his house, because we usually do a meetup on Friday nights and we just go over to his house and we watch anime and stuff like that.
that sounds amazing.
It-
That sounds amazing.
Agreed,
Mine is like,
I know.
I just have a date with a 6-pack and just watch some
Date
anime.
with a six pack.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
If I could bring my mic over there, we can definitely do like a kind of like a recording where I can just sit the guys down and we can talk about Overwatch and stuff like that. But anyway, so the episode's getting a little long here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys want to see any more future episodes, well, let's face it, Springman's going to drag me out here to do more episodes. Honestly, we might do this kind of like as a weekly thing, maybe a bi-weekly thing, depending on our schedules, depending on if he
Right.
wants to do it or if I want to do it. But honestly, this is fun to do. It's probably going to be a pain in the ass to edit. I do. Yeah, it's you got to
Sorry.
do it. You got to do
Yeah.
what you got to do. But anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I am Shadow Gamer, and
I'm Springman20. If you want to look me up, just Springman20 all over the place. I'm also on Twitch. I do that more. So just Springman20. That's about it.
Springman20 on Twitch, Zombies in Your Backyard. I will put all that stuff in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will see your bitch asses next time. Have a good one.
Peace.